Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Rules 1 replay. I spawn on the north side as the Panzer lead player of IntergralSweeD. Spawn on the south side as the Brits. We have Ra11. And I don't think I have a cast a replay on this map. This is going to be a very laney map. I have a feeling a lot of fights are going to devolve around this center part, which could be a very good map for Brits with all their emplacements. And yeah, I'm really not familiar with this map. Also, there's not enough room up here to get a mortar emplacement. Mobile mortar teams here could be quite useful. Of course, there would be mortar half-tracks or mortar emplacements, no mobile mortars. Unless you go for the commando glider, right? The commando glider can get out mobile mortars like Piats, MGs, and mortars from that one half glider. I have a feeling this map, there's probably a good reason why people don't play it. It's because it's going to be a line, it's a single lane, basically. Yep, they're both mentioning this map as well. We do have this fuel point being captured on up. Scope rifles will manage to capture this point. He may be trying to push the truck over there. The truck is packed on up. Only one Captain Grad as well. Most of the time we see like two Captain Grads versus Brits, but only one this time. So perhaps going for more Panzer Grenadiers. Probably a good idea just to have a lot of Panzer Grenadiers to push in the center. So yeah, this likely was a custom game. Maybe it was related to a tournament? I'm not exactly sure. Can't remember on top of my head. Scope rifles making their advance. There is a lieutenant here to support them as well. Scope rifles are getting knocked around quite a bit. Lieutenant is advancing past your eyes some of this light cover over here. Or nope, lieutenant's no, of course the point's already captured. Second Panzer Grenadiers does hop inside this building here. That wooden model may need to fall back. Scope rifles still getting knocked around quite a bit. Now all these other squads getting knocked around a bit. Panzer Grenadiers also advancing to reinforce this building. Plenty of windows for these Panzer Grenadiers. So getting two Panzer Grenadiers inside this building is not a half bad thing. Captain Grad getting severely wounded, but will not go down. Half-track or command truck has redeployed on this ammunition sector, so small jump forward. And looks like it's going to be just engaged at long range, but there's still 4 windows on the side, so 3 models has enough windows here. So that is a good hard point there for both sides. Let's see how many windows on this side. Actually, there's no windows on this side, so that window, that house is great for Team North side, horrible for Team South side. Unless there's some fights over here. Heavy cover being utilized for both sides, but likely the Panzer Grenadiers will win out because there's a lot more of them. And the Lieutenant does back away. Needs to support this intersection the best he can.
Kampfgruppen have upgraded defensive operations.
I hope he can garrison one of these squads inside these garrisons to get some forward healing. This may not be a half bad building for that. It is in sector for him as well. Put the 2-man squad in there. Forward healing, forward reinforcements. A lot of heavy cover here for both sides, that's for sure. A mortar half-track and mortar emplacement are both going to be very useful here, right now. A mortar emplacement could be deployed right here, or maybe pass behind this wall. Not so sure will be a good spot for it. Camp Bufo Company has been deployed. It's going for infantry half-track. Ooh, out of range of the lieutenant there. And it does decide to fall back for that squad. Both these squads are severely wounded. If it was me, I would have been half tempted to jump, had these guys fall back just for the healing to prevent any manpower bleed. Does drop on the malls there. Yeah, it's probably a good time to fall back with them now, because they need that healing. Oh boy, do they do.
Receiving you loud and clear.
It's going to stay behind that heavy cover there. Kind of grab going to capture up some points, while this intersection not fully reinforced, catching up some points as well. That is a cutoff point for this point here. But Los is going to pursue the Kettengrad. Kettengrad was not fully healed. And he's backed up himself up in the corner. Going to try to charge on out of there. And big oversight there. Could have taken out the Kettengrad. If your half-track has been deployed on out. Could get some good armor hits, side armor hits on that infantry half-track. The more damage gets onto it right now, less likely it's going to charge forward. But this garrison, that squad needs to fall back and get some healing, but of course, he may not have a casualty clearing station yet.
Kampfgruppe Leer can now use the feared Luftwaffe ground forces.
Luftwaffe ground forces now available. Would a Flak Irving be good on this map for once? I could see both sides camping around. So a Flak Irving right here next to a Ford HQ for healing? Is that crazy? Sappers are behind heavy cover as well, so he does have some sapper support. It does have some Piets there just in case light those half tracks and other light vehicles. Mortar half track being deployed now. That's going to be very useful because of so much heavy cover here. Does load up in the back of this half track with both these squads. One of them needs to back out, perhaps get inside this garrison. Getting them both in that garrison wouldn't be half bad either. But that half-track will likely go down. A lot of scope rifles here, or a lot of rifles here. Piets do fire, but rolls a miss, and does manage to use a road to drive on out of there. But, oof, one more bullet and he'll go down. Luftwaffe ground forces has been deployed.
We are losing territory.
Hops out of the half-track now. Starting to charge on 4th heroic charge. He does have Veterancy 1 on that lieutenant. Let's switch over to the Brits, seeing we have the doctrine selected for the Panzer Elite. Lieutenant does get inside the building, very nice. How many windows are on each side? There's no windows on both of these sides, so that's very important to know. What you see is what you get. Of course, the Luftwaffe ground forces does allow stealth Kettengrads, one of the most powerful abilities, I would say, in that doctrine. Though there are roads everywhere, and you can't camouflage on top of roads.
Bloody hell, they've zeroed in on us! Sir?
Looks like the captain does manage to get a kill there.
Let's go!
Or nope, that was this guy retreating back and getting killed on the retreat.
Supply lines are broken. We have a territory cut off from supply.
The grain house, storage house, does get garrisoned. There's one window on the side that's not a good garrison. That window's also now larger. The Panzer Grenadiers will be falling on back. This squad's also falling back as well. Nope, it's not actually falling back, just running around everywhere. Scope rifles charge on in. Could get deployed marksman there, but does not. That point is a cutoff point to these two resource sectors here. There are 5 windows here, so that's a good spot for 2 Panzer Grenadiers, especially when 2 of them, or one squad has 2 members. That is not a good building for sappers or any sort of infantry. An MG could be reasonable, but nothing anything else.
Officer ready, sir.
Panzer Grenadiers Full force back to captain. That is the point right there. It's a very large point. So the point does get secured on up. And Lieutenant is in the area to buff up these squads. Sappers are inside this building here, and this sapper is throwing some Piets into that garrison. Heroic charge, heroically charging in these forces. And the Cattegrad does knock around that Piet squad, preventing the Piets from firing against that infantry half-track. Or the other squads he was trying to hit. One Piet does roll a miss there on the infantry half-track. That one does roll a miss as well.
German target has been knocked out.
And looks like he does get a wipe there on that squad. Very nice. I think the Piet may actually took it out. We do, of course, have the Luftwaffe ground forces. And he does have a casualty clearing station here being utilized because a lot of wounded forces. The amount of how tight this map is, commandos would not be half bad. Royal artillery wouldn't be half bad either, because you just only to really fight for this central VP. And honestly, Royal engineers wouldn't be half bad either. Hauled down vehicles could help secure the central sector, while the improved emplacements could also be very resilient. And of course, I have a predisposition to AVREs, which could help obliterate all the heavy cover for infantry behind heavy cover. So yeah, all the British doctrines could be quite useful in this map. VP needs to be captured, but both the Axis player just tied up the game in VPs. It's been quite a bit of time. Both sides haven't even lost 25 tickets. Cattegrad still camouflaged right here. And that mortar half-track getting some good hits there now. We do have the light AT half-track, pushes his way forward, Panzer Grenadiers advancing. Oh, we do have the Royal Engineers. Churchill. Honestly, in this moment in time, a regular Churchill wouldn't be half bad. Heroic Charge has been activated, so he has now a Vet 2 Lieutenant. Though a Churchill would be quite easy pickings for the light AT half-tracks and its crits. And we do have a Churchill deployed on the field. The Churchill would be a very heavy target. He will likely get let's go see what the Panzer lead. Is he going for... He does have verbal wins. You could eventually blow out Flak 88s. He may have them already. Probably not.
Forward supply lines are broken.
He may also need to blow out a Martyr to deal with the Churchill. So this Churchill can present a very heavy asset.
Ready.
The Whirlwind would not like to see that Churchill. Whirlwind has been spotted, and now he's like happy that he has a Churchill now out in the field, because Churchill can easily hunt down that Whirlwind. The only thing that may pose a problem is the crit shot from the light AT half-track. Does keep his range because he knows that it's still out on the field. Heroic Charge has been activated, trying to rush down the infantry half-track.
Achtung! Enemy forces are attacking our petrol depot.
These guys are now, of course, exhausted.
Go ahead. Action, sir? Men are barely needed. Don't fuck.
Let's keep the Royal Engineers selected in case we see the other additional abilities being utilized. Sort of hard to tell of who I should select sometimes. Could wait for hearing about Flak 88s. He knows about the Churchill, so he doesn't have to worry about supercharged rounds from artillery from 25 pounders. So any 25 pounder has to be relatively close. Though right around here could be pretty good for a 25 pounder. But even then, Flak 88s have really good range, so putting a Flak 88 way back here will have quite a bit of coverage. So Flak 88s could do quite well. But there's a lot of line sight blockers even for Flak 88.
German
Maybe
forces
not.
are trying to take a petrol sector.
Captain is inside the trench. He will buff this sector here. Could place him in the corner of the map to buff this forward sector. Captain Grad does spot the Churchill. And he does get the Churchill overhealed as well. Lieutenant inside the garrison, getting some good damage in as well. It does roll a bounce there. Not sure if he queued up the crit shot. PS does get some good hits there on the infantry, but need to get hits there on the half track. Does get a full squad wipe there, very nice. And this squad can decapture this munitions point. PS trying to charge him forward. Does roll a miss there. Does roll a miss there as well. I'm really not a big fan of Piets. They either do horrendous or they do good.
Germans are trying to secure our patrol.
There's really no mid ground for Piets, is there?
Or you, sorry lord. Stand by for orders.
Troops are now able to fortify defensive positions.
Okay, now we can get some heavier emplacements. A 70 pounder. Not light vehicles as well. No, not Bofors. A 70 pounder wouldn't be half bad to help engage the verbal wind, but even then, not so much at this moment in time. A forward 25 pounder, I would say, right around here would be. Still, I think that's a really good spot for a 25 pounder.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Command tanks being pointed out. If he gets the haul down tanks, he could perhaps put it behind this building. Be hard to displace, allowing his other force buffing up nearby forces. He must be going for the fortified emplacements to get the hull down ability. And eventually gets the increase in resource income as well, which can be very handy. Extra munitions always nice for AVREs and stewards, among all the other abilities.
A fuel point is being seized.
The lads have finished squaring away those upgrades, sir.
Contact! German infantry!
Ready to move out.
Is it going to deploy out landmine?
Right, here we go.
Oh, nope, just wire. A little bit off place.
Sorted out and ready to go.
Maybe not. Do you have some Brun guns?
The initiative is ours. Victory countdown started.
And there is double capture against the Axis player. Getting these little bit of double captures is very important to help not prolong the game. Because this map is probably just have a lot of prolonged games. Panthers have been researched, just need a bit more manpower and need more population space. He has only 20 population space room open and he needs 24.
We are taking fire here.
Enemy fire is pinning us down!
We are taking fire.
both Piets. Once again, rolls misses. Fires again. Finally gets a hit on that thing, and he'll just drive away. Whirlwind trying to get some good hits there onto the sapper, as his force is getting hit significantly by the mortar emplacement. And that Whirlwind has this thing quite a bit of fire there. Going for a big crush is good crush potential right here. But nope, that terrain slowed him down enough. Panthers now have been deployed.
Our half-track unit is kaput.
Oh, he definitely has population room now. But we now have a Firefly supported by a command tank along with a Churchill. And the Churchill can charge forward, absorb shots for the Firefly. That's probably the best way. He's actually hauling down both these forces. Their bit stack could potentially get splash damaged. He is receiving some splash damage there, which is actually quite important. Firefly is getting focused down as well. Does blitz away with the command tank. And the Firefly does go down. He went too far in. And we're going to lose both these tanks now. Churchill may get a kill there. Nope. He flew too close to the sun, and he got his wax wing melted. He will likely now deploy out a 17-pounder. He does, of course, have improved 17-pounders.
Infantry are now available to Kampfgruppe.
Does cancel the 17-pounder there. And we do have some Fallschirmjägers now available. So all these garrisons can quickly spawn out some infantry units. Does pull this one a little bit far back. Fallschirmjägers can, of course, get in there and throw out Panzerfaust. Incendiary mortar does come forward, but looks like largely missed the trench. The captain is not being burnt.
Overrunning one of our sectors.
The command tank is still alive. Could potentially haul down right here, but now the 70-pounder is receiving some mortar hits. Does cancel it. Firefly potentially get some good hits there. Actually, no, not finding any angle there on the Panther.
German forces
Now the Panthers, and the Panther's not getting shots off onto the Firefly either. For one, vet one defense. And now we've got some Fallschirmjägers. Need to destroy that garrison, and there we go. The garrison now goes down. This Hoppin Sapper inside that garrison does go ahead and throw an incendiary grenade onto it. Firefly does receive a hit there, but was overhealed by the Sapper. Does scuttle the trench there with the captain.
We are losing an ammo point.
And does get some good hits there onto these forces.
Jerry's cut forward supply lines.
Whirlwind, mortar half-track, Panther here. This Panther is still receiving repairs. Almost repaired, though.
Alright, go ahead. It's good to go.
Hasn't deployed out a 17-pounder just yet.
Contact! German infantry!
And he is getting burned a bit by that incendiary grenade. That incendiary grenade is still going on. How long does a Fallschirmjäger incendiary grenade last? Because it's still burning.
Jerry has 300 points remaining.
The Firefly is severely wounded and is getting hit significantly. It's starting to haul down. These Panthers are still alive. Main gun destroyed. It does get repaired and destroyed.
Claimed one of our tanks.
Does go ahead and button that Panther there for the Piets, but looks like he canceled the button or interrupted it.
Under fire!
More incendiary mortars pushing forward. Guess he doesn't want to deploy out any 70-pounders along those mortar half-tracks in the area.
Service battalion has improved our HQ vehicles.
So now he can get more income from these points. 26 munitions is quite a bit. Another 26 munitions here.
We have a victory point under attack.
Looks like I got another incendiary mortar raining on in somewhere. Or just regular mortar barrage. Does get a good hit there onto the Panthers. Fortune Makers maybe getting a Panzer Faust. I may see a button here as well. Nope, we don't see a button here, but we do have 17 pounder being deployed. And those mortars are getting some
Sniper
great
is
hits.
MIA and presumed dead.
Oh, did he lose his sniper? I guess he lost his scope rifle squad. Like, because that's the only sniper I can think that's on the field. And those flaps are going crazy. Same pounder has received a pretty good hit there. Or Fireflies said to receive a good hit there. The 70 pounder has been deployed now, but doesn't have an angle there.
We're losing a munition sector.
May wonder why you couldn't get an angle, because that is a destroyed building there, which is a line of sight blocker. Does get a free intersection there, which could be very important.
Go ahead, gun ready. Send your message. What do we do now?
Ready to fill our day.
We've upgraded our kit. Ready for action, sir. Section, stand to.
Another reconnaissance intersection, and he does have plenty of munitions for deploy designated marksman. That's to start hitting that Polish Maker repeatedly once he sees him. Does use one shot there on the STG squad.
Are moving on one of our victory points.
Fresh lieutenant, and we got the Kaliningrad capturing up the central VP. Sort of hard to see him, but it's actually camouflage away there.
Sappers ready to move.
Crew ready. Those upgrades are done. Where to?
Only one Firefly at the moment.
We've got no anti-armor weapon.
And we do actually have a forward HQ there for forward healing and reinforcements. Very nice. We may see a Flak Irving or Flak 88 in this sector as well.
Capture complete. That's another one.
But now these Panthers are getting forced back thanks to these entrenched AT weapons, including by entrenched Firefly. And now it's a properly entrenched one at full health. So we'll be able to get some good work done.
Contact. Down infantry. Taking fire.
Pete Squad advancing. They do, of course, spot this forward HQ. Maybe a good idea to get out 25 pounder siege it. Kaliningrad is camouflaging forward. And does get some good hits there on the verbal end.
Contact reports show the German vehicle was knocked out in that last skirmish.
FG-42s, of course, will rip apart the Pioneers, especially when they can't fight back. Not Pioneers, Sappers. Over here, Panther has been spotted. Can button it if needed. The 70 pounder does find a good angle there. Looks like the fortune makers do get suppressed there, but they are receiving some base heal, the forward healing. Scope rifles eye for deploy 2 designated marksmen. Or not. This one rifle, each scope rifle squad will need to fall back. And just decide to fall back with all those squads.
17 pounder ready. Can we just say we went there, or do we actually have to
Ready for battle orders.
Second Firefly can be very useful. I personally probably just haul down both the Fireflies here and combine fire support of the 70 pounder. It'll be hard to displace them.
Come on, you lot. Listen up. Incoming cherry fire. What's it gonna be?
I wonder as well. Yeah, the 70 pounder is definitely not a range to the Captain Aura. The captain could go push forward a little bit just to provide ore for the infantry in this sector here. Perhaps put the captain right around here, or even inside this garrison here. Oh, the captain is in this garrison, but it's in the wrong sector. Looks like the HQ is now under siege. He may find this mortar half-track. Taking it out is will be very important to save his 17-pounder. And great hits there onto that onto the Panther. SCG are pushing the way forward. Does throw in Incendiary grenade there, or was that an AT grenade?
Panzer divisions are down to 200 points.
Fortune makers making their advance, trying to get inside the garrison, preventing it from being decaptured. And the lieutenant will need to fall back as well. Firefly is holding down. This may be a bad spot for a haul down. Fortune makers can push forward with another Panzer to help quickly kill it. Panther is severely wounded and does get out of the haul down there.
Hazret indicate we have 4 sapper KIAs.
Ooh, good mortar hit there. Ooh, those Fireflies got some good hits there on the Fallschirmjägers.
Contact report. German half-track has been destroyed. Stores are under attack.
Half-track does go down. I wonder if there's going to be a Overwatch relatively soon. It's his next optional ability, I believe. I see the S mines. Yep, that's definitely going to be his next ability. Unless he needs to get out flak 88s. Command tank has been spotted. Try to go for some crushes here. Try and blitz away. The command tank can absorb some shots there for the Fireflies. Panther can't really withstand 2 Fireflies buffed by command tank, though only one of them are at an angle right now. Fallschirmjägers are pushing their way forward to the central VP. And now we've got these intersections making their way forward. We do have this Panther over here, severely wounded. Whirlwind is still alive, hitting these guys along the edges. Trying to avoid all the anti-tank fire. Both Fireflies are hauling down. Get multiple good hits there. Both the Panthers are veteran C2, so they can't withstand quite a bit of a beating. The lieutenant here could get overwhelmed if you really focus it down.
Infantry closing in on us! We've nailed the point! Make them, mate! Contact! We're taking fire!
Intersection is quite wounded, both likely to fall back relatively soon. So does the Panzer Grenadiers, though they just that garrison's actually fully destroyed, so no forward healing or reinforcements. And the Bren Gunner does go down. Looks like the repair sappers do pick up the Bren. I probably would have be having to let the lieutenant pick up that gun.
We've got access to AVREs.
If AVRs deploy, he can now bring forward some big bombs. He does have plenty of munitions for them.
Where to, sir?
Oh, we got a flak 88 now being deployed on out. He may get a 25-pounder once he sees that going. He does not spot it right there. Panther is severely wounded. Oh, he does spot it there, so 25 pounder
A victory point is being overrun.
engaging. He does actually complete the Flak 88. He does have to be careful with that. Command take does receive a direct hit there. He should be out of vision. Yep, he fired against something else. 25 pounder also gets some good hits on the mortar half-track, damaging the engine. Verbal one will help prevent the flak gun going down or getting overrun by infantry. But now the Flak 88 does have spotting there by the Panthers. Both these Fireflies are severely wounded. Decides to hold down right there. Does lose one of the Fireflies. Does send a bounce there. He's going on in. Does get some good damage there. And may get another shot off before it goes away. Nope, the Panther does manage to barely use this line of sight blocker to stay alive. Pete's finding a good angle there. And now the 70 pounder could potentially go down. It does receive a bounce there, but that was a powerful bounce. How was actually spotting that for him? Oh, that's just his natural visual range, which is very far. Or maybe not. Fortune Makers are doing some good damage there. Scope rifles also forced to fall back. We do have the Horror Charge was activated. The Brits should be able to hold on to this VP for the time being, but it's going to need to fall back relatively soon. Firefly is advancing. And we do have this Vet 3 Panther, though it's severely wounded. Does use the... Ooh, here comes the loiter. And so the Brit will go ahead and cast GG.
Ground forces indicate a command tank has been knocked out.
Contact! German infantry!
If they're referring to rules, it may be, this may be a tournament game. I'm not sure. But either way.
Front's shifting. Jerry's overrunning one of
And
our
he's
sectors.
went ahead back out of the game. Let's go and just fast forward the rest of the game.
100 points. I say again, 100 points.
Overall, a very good game by both sides. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and signing off.